Welcome to what I think is episode 4, I think? Is that right? I think so, I'm not sure. Well, anyway, welcome. Today, we're going to go through a few things. It's not the greatest weather for it, but I've got a few things to do in the garden. And that includes... Here we go, this is much better. So we've got all of the potatoes to sieve through and to add a bit more compost to them. And also, oh, these are much better. Also, we'll check up on a few things that I was meant to do last time, such as the newly found seeds of the leaves. We also have to do the seeds for the beetroot, because I did say I was going to do that in, what was it, episode 1, I think. Yeah, lots to do. Let's get into it. First of all, I think it'll be wise to get out all of the potatoes, just so we know what we're playing with. But look at them. Lots is happening inside the pots for the potatoes. They need watering as well, because I haven't watered them since I first done them. Amy's going to be happy. The garlic is now starting to grow, which is exciting. Oh my goodness, this is great. I'm glad the potatoes actually are doing something, because I was concerned about the compost that I was using the first time, which is very, well, what should I say, very rooty, I would call that. But it seems alright. 8 pots of potatoes to go through, and we'll just do like an overall view, I think, of what I'm going to be doing with all of them. This is really good news. So it turns out that Spudman potatoes are fantastic. They're all showing really strong roots, which is really good. Now, to get some new compost open, and then we'll continue. This is quite exciting, because I wanted to use different compost this time, instead of the rooty stuff that I originally potted it in, just to give it an extra layer of, oh, this is much better, this sort of compost. I don't know if we can see that, but this is normal compost, what I would class as normal anyway. Okay, it looks like these bags of compost have been sat in the wet for a while. Let's start with pot number 1. As you can see, it's a really strong root coming up there, which is fantastic. Just going to grab a handful, and all we do with these is just spread it on, fine it out. You're basically just sieving it through your fingers like this, getting all the lumps out and covering this green shoot. Then we'll do the process again when it gets above this layer of compost. So still showing, so I'm just going to use a bit more, just like that, just until it's covered. So I'd say that's good for that pot. Put that to one side and bring down the next one. Now you can see this one is much more rootier. Now this is the compost that I used originally. It looks like chaff, actually. I don't know if any equestrians are watching, but they would probably say that this is similar to chaff, the stuff that they use to feed their horses. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this compost, just do exactly the same thing, giving it a layer of new compost. This stuff smells really strong. Again, just sieving out the big lumps and then going through like that, making sure that you're covering all of the greenery. And there we have it. Just going to leave the little green shoot out of the top there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do all of the rest of the pots. So let's speed that up right now. And just the final few I'm going to do just like this. I'm going to leave a little bit of green there. Do a little swapsy doodles. I'm going to speed this one up a bit, because this doesn't need too much. I'm just going to tip some compost in just like that. And a little bit in that one, because this one doesn't need too much. Just going to break up some of these bigger lumps in the middle, like those ones. Look at that. This is the importance, because they'll just compact. They won't grow through it. It will struggle. Just like that. And there we have it. All of the potatoes now done. until the next time. I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy, but do you think I have enough potatoes? I don't think it's enough. Right, let's get some water and start watering them. Obviously, I'm not going to use the bucket, that'd be mad. Just going to fill up the watering can, and then we can pop them back in the greenhouse, ready to go. Fantastic. Whilst we're waiting for the watering can to fill up, you can see Amy's gone and got herself a bag for the tomatoes. Might I just add, that's going to be for her tomatoes, not mine. Mine are just there, as you can see. And also, I've got out the packet of beetroot seeds because I want to get those done as well. Right, watering can full up. Let's just pop some... Oh my god. A water explosion has just happened. I overfilled the watering can, that's why it did that. But what we're doing is just going to sprinkle all of these, make sure that they get a good watering because they seemed really dry underneath. I'm just going to make sure this compacts down a little bit. The reason I've still got them in the greenhouse as well at the moment is because of the weather. It's just so wet at the moment. And the sun came out yesterday for about 3 or 4 hours, but it's just still not enough to be able to put all of the potatoes outside. I'm not comfortable making them, you know, absolutely saturated in the rain. There's moderation, keeping them how I need them, and at least then I can track the progress without worrying about them. Just going to leave that running. Going to leave that filling up whilst I pop them back in the greenhouse. So that's the great thing of having, I mean, this isn't even that big. It's only a small greenhouse, but it does the job perfectly. And you can fit so much in one of these. It's up against the fence. It's not taking up much room at all, but it does the job. Now, I did the peas not too long ago. They haven't really done anything as of yet, but I tell you what has done something, and I'll show you in a second, which is my experimental cress that was apparently out of date, and also the lettuce leaves. Also hiding in the greenhouse. Got all the strawberry plants, that's quite exciting. I need to go through those at some point and pot them on. But I'll just quickly show you these. Look! I did a thing. So we have all of the cress growing up this side, as we can see in there, and then the lettuce leaves in that side. Can we see that? How cool is that? But you've got all the cress in there, and all the lettuce leaves in there. It's fantastic. And some of this as well. It's just, you can pick a couple of little sprigs like that. And you can see how well they've grown. Do a little taste test. The cress is beautiful, it tastes amazing. It's got a really strong taste as well. You're probably meant to wash it, so don't just try that at home. But yeah, it's all edible. Right, so I'm going to pop the strawberries in again for now. I might actually give them a quick water, just because I haven't done that since last weekend. It's been about 6 days for them. I'm just going to pop them back in. They seem to be okay in there at the moment. This isn't my idea. This was Amy's idea, but she's bought a chili pepper. I think she wanted to make some chili jam at some point, so we'll see how that goes. And that's not my domain at the moment. I say at the moment because I ended up looking after some of her stuff last year. And then I just given the job of looking after all her things. I'll just show you the progress of the peas. Nothing. Nothing at all. I'm just going to pop those in the middle there, and I'll just get this last pot up into the greenhouse. Let's carry on and let's do some beetroot. The great thing about beetroot seeds is that they're so easy to do. Now, I was toying with the idea of putting them straight into pots, but I thought, let's do a recycling exercise. So Amy at the moment has been really tucking into some raspberries, which means that we've got all of these containers left over. There's some evidence of some raspberries in there, but the other ones are cleared out. And what I'm going to do is, as a little test, I'm going to see how well the beetroots actually grow in these little plastic trays. And then that shows that you don't actually need to go out and buy all of these pots. You don't need to spend money on those when we could actually recycle some of this. So I think that's a good idea. And also, to show how easy that these can grow, because they don't need anything special other than a bit of compost and somewhere to grow. So let's do that right now. This is super simple to do. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the little trays out like that so you can see what we're doing here. I've got what are these? These are the Beetroot Boltardi. These are the ones I always do. It says sow them in March to July and harvest will be June to October. I'm literally just going to take a scoop of the compost and even it out in the trays. Like, look how simple that was. Just going to take another scoop of compost like that. Again, super simple to do. Just break up any of the smaller lumps. Now this is brand new compost that Amy picked up at lunchtime in her lunch break, and it seems really warm. I don't know if they stored it inside or if the compost is just heating up. That's all of them filled up. This is so easy to do. So this is an old pack that I had from last year. So I don't know how many seeds are actually in here, but we're just going to open this up and then see what we're working with. I'm hoping there's quite a few seeds still in here. Yeah, it looks like it. I'm just going to tip them out into my hand so you can see what we've got. This is what they look like, little mini kernels. So I'm just going to put one in there, put one in there, couple there. It's good actually with this angle because you can see where I've put them. Oh my god, I just dropped the load. Oh, they're all going to grow up together. Now with beetroot, you don't actually need that many seeds because they end up sprouting into like a couple next to each other. Oh my goodness, I'm making a right hash brown of this. There we go. Actually, just as an experiment, I'm going to just pop some seeds everywhere so you can see the difference in how they grow, and we can actually go over that in one of the episodes. So we can see I've tried to keep it reasonably neat in that section. With this one, I'm going to make it a little bit more random so you can see how they just grow. There we go. And with this one, should we make like a little line so we can see exactly where they went? Well, I tried to make 3 little rows, but I don't think that's... it might work, I don't know. Right, just pop one in there, one over there. Beetroot are so easy to grow. It's once they're slightly bigger, that's when it becomes a bit of an issue, because they don't like being too wet when they're big grown plants, and they don't like it if they're too dry either. It's a bit of a Goldilocks situation. They have to be just right for them to do anything. Otherwise you risk making like a harder skin on the outer edge of the beetroot. So you've got to really pay attention to how they're growing. But we'll cover that maybe in a later episode. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sprinkle a handful of compost on top, just to cover the seeds. Literally just like that. Trying to break it up as I go. There we go. And just covering, because it doesn't have to be overly deep, especially if you're going to pot them on anyway into a bigger pot. Really doesn't matter too much. Just making sure that my little cornfield grows to the best of its abilities. And there we have it. So this just wakes up the seeds as soon as they are watered. They know it's time to basically activate themselves. Now there's holes already in these raspberry pots, so we know that it's going to drain absolutely fine, as you can see. That's what they make them for, which is fantastic. They're basically already pre-made little growing trays. I'm going to put them on the bottom shelf, just so because I'm away for a couple of days now, and I think it's meant to be sunny over the weekend, so we don't want them to dry out too quickly. It's basically like a fire. If there's a fire in the house, I've just done my fire safety training at work, so it's fresh on my mind, but the best air is at the bottom. I would imagine it's the same in the greenhouse, wouldn't you? I would just guess that. But yeah, you can see it's It's perfect conditions at the moment, but like I say, it could change. So we're just making sure that all of the things are aligned. I really did think that I was going to have time to do the tomatoes, but actually it looks like it's about to absolutely chuck it down, so I don't want to get too wet. And also the lighting as well. It is currently nearly like 7 p.m. Is it? Or is it gone 7? It doesn't really matter, but the point is that it's getting a lot darker now, but it means that the lighter evenings are coming and the clock's changing at the weekend. That's really exciting. So it means that we can actually do some gardening after work, and maybe I can bring a few more episodes next time, and a bit sooner as well when the light picks up. Anyway, done the potatoes, they're filled up. We had a little look at the strawberries. Hello. And also we did the beetroot as well. I've got to put a label in them and date them so I know when I did them. But other than that, at the moment, all that's left to do is the tomatoes, and I'll see if I can come out tomorrow to do the next episode, but I will catch you in that episode where we look at potting them on. So I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. See you then. Cheers.